What's up, guys? Welcome to our next installment of the rookie mini-series. Today we are focusing on J.K. Dobbins, the newest running back for the Baltimore Ravens. As you can see, his combine stats, he really didn't do much at the combine. He only did the bench press. Coming out of Ohio State, he was there for 3 years. Freshman year, he was a 3-year starter, looks like. Freshman year, he played 14 games, 194 attempts, 1,403 yards for 7 touchdowns, caught 22 balls out of the backfield. In his sophomore year, 230 attempts, 1,053 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 26 balls out of the backfield. And then in his junior year, before he got drafted to the NFL, he jumped up in everything. 301 attempts, 2,003 yards, 21 touchdowns, and 23 balls out of the backfield, totaling 5 touchdowns out of the backfield too over the 3 years. So Jordan, take it away.
Yeah, so I think the Ravens are a really interesting landing spot for Dobbins. I've been really torn about this landing spot, and we've gone back and forth on this before in other dynasty talks and chats that we've had. But, I mean, the Ravens are a very run-heavy offense. Short term, he's not going to get a ton of carries with Mark Ingram there. Gus Edwards will have some sort of role. Lamar Jackson himself commands 200 carries, so that's a lot of mouths to feed. We talk about mouths to feed usually in the passing game, but the Ravens have a lot of mouths to feed in the running game. So that's one of my concerns short term. And even long term, I think J.K. Dobbins has the ability to 100% to be a 3-down back. And I just question whether or not the Ravens are ever going to commit to one running back. I, even with Mark Ingram's age, think he's going to have a role for multiple years just because of his relationship with Lamar Jackson. I just really can't see him shipping Mark Ingram off or letting him go after his contract's up after this year. So I think Mark Ingram's going to have a role. But this is a really run-heavy team. So if they do move on from Mark Ingram, if Gus Edwards ends up leaving in free agency, Justice Hill doesn't have a role. I mean, J.K. Dobbins could be a steal in the middle to late first rounds of rookie mock drafts. So, it's a really run-heavy team. I like his value where he's going. If he started, I've seen him go in the top few picks. I'm not personally confident enough in him to take him with one of the first 4 picks. But if he starts going in that 6, 7, 8, 9 range, I really like his value there just because they're so run-heavy. I'm just a little concerned with what his role is going to be with all those other mouths to feed.
Yeah, and you left off right where I want to pick it up. Because of his landing spot, he has been not necessarily dropping in rookie drafts, but he's been outside of the top 4. He's been going anywhere between like 4 and 8 or 5 and 8. Getting him at 6, 7, 8 is going to be it's more so like what you need on your team, because at that point you're looking at, do I want the running back in Dobbins, or do I want CeeDee Lamb, do I want Jerry Jeudy, do I want Henry Ruggs? So you got to make that personal decision yourself. But he's another one of those running backs that he's going to come in and he's going to get some volume. He's not going to get as much volume as your Jonathan Taylors, your Cam Akers, and guys like that. But he is going to, especially being in that offense where they do run the ball a lot, he is going to get his fantasy points. So it's one of those things where you just got to make that decision and see if you want that running back or if you want that wide receiver. I agree with pretty much everything that you said. They have, even last year they drafted Justice Hill. They still got Gus Edwards who can play. They got Melvin Ingram or Mark Ingram, and they got Lamar Jackson who's going to be. I'm sure that they want to have him run a little bit less, but they're going to still have design run plays for Lamar. He's going to run the ball. He's going to get in the end zone. He's going to get you first downs. He's going to put highlight reel plays up on the field. So he is going to run the ball, but I think there is a role for Dobbins in this backfield. This is going to be one of those things where we have to monitor if there is a training camp, even in a preseason. We have to monitor when it comes down to cuts, if a guy like Gus Edwards might be one of those surprise roster cuts, and then that'll improve where J.K. Dobbins is going. But in long term, I think he's going to have a huge role later on. Immediately, I don't know where I'd play him in your lineup, but he's definitely a guy that I would attack in the first round.